guys, I'm live. I'm at Gas Monkey Garage, and we're going through the tour, so I'm gonna take you guys with me. Here we go.
There's a step on the back frame and then one on the wheel well, so you can get in the back. Really, for your mother-in-law on the back, so you can drive a little faster. But again, no plan on what we're doing with this. Richard will probably keep it for quite some time until he wants to flip it. But again, this is the nicest one I've ever seen in person.
Hey, Andrew, you know what? I like those red.
Yeah, we'll talk about that in a quick second. So right over here, y'all, we have a Mercedes. Nothing special, but we're gonna yank that AMG V12 out of it and throw it in this guy. See what happens. We're gonna have to mess with the frame because it's probably not gonna fit all the way in. But right here, y'all, this is our very, very, very first build ever. We built this in 2004. This is our 52 Chevy Fleetline. We LS swapped the motor as per usual. We added the Holly Sniper package to it. On top of that, we our Gas Monkey cinnamon tequila bottles filled with the water. That's our radiator overflow bottle. It's on the air ride with white walls. If you look at the interior stitching on the seats, this is our original logo. This was Sue's first job with this. And then on top of that, it's painted on the rear trunk. We do get a lot of crap from people that think that we're lazy and we don't paint our cars. Well, this is a look, y'all. It's called patina. It's where you oxidize the sheet metal to get this real rustic look. Some people go as far as even blasting a clear coat over it to lock it in. We don't. We let the sun just have its way and keep oxidizing it. But fun fact, since we dumped so much money into this car, we had to sell rides to pay the bills at times. So we bought and sold this car over 5 times in the last 20 years. And it's not going anywhere anytime soon, but yeah, this car's the tried and true, if you will. Hell yeah. Look at that ass. Y'all right here, this is our last giveaway ride. The man from Elkhart, Indiana, Dale, he'll be here on the 17th to scoop up his 2024 Lamborghini Huracan Storado. They're only made 1,499 of them, so they're very limited. If you look on the back kick plate that's in front of the rear wheel on either side, it says LP 6104. And typically when we talk about Lamborghinis, you'll hear LP, LM, and that's talking about the position of the actual motor. LP stands for longitude position, meaning the engine sits behind the driver. On top of that, 610 lets you know that it has 610 horses to the wheels. The 4 is letting you know it's a 4x4, it's off-road. As you can see, it does have a wide body. Underneath the full roof rack, it does have a snorkel, so if you do get it in a little bit high water, you won't flood the motor. It does have a naturally aspirated V10 motor that they do not make anymore. I love it how it has the firing sequence numbered out on there. But again, we also do have LED lights. Richard did take this to an off-road park, and they had more fun than they probably should have in this car. But again, he took a one-way trip here, and I believe he's driving it all the way back to Indiana. So hopefully we'll have an update and we'll be able to post it on our socials. Say what? His last name starts with if that helps. All right. That said, y'all, we've been living under a rock for the last couple of years. This is a beautiful 77 Pontiac Trans Am. This is Richard, one of Richard's favorite cars. He takes this out maybe once a quarter. Very limited time out. But yeah, he got something to his wife out about 3 months ago. We love Smokey and the Bandits so much. We have a bandit corner in that little room. Hopefully we'll be able to squeeze in there. Someone's on a meeting. But we have Burt Reynolds' hat that he gifted to Richard, as well as one of the original hoods from Smokey and the Bandit and one of the original Bandit one.
I watched that movie. I watched it.
Hell yeah, man. This movie was awesome. Right here, y'all, we have a Can-Am. This is turbocharged. This is not street legal here in Texas. We did have some fun with it during our little ice storms that we had recently. But up in Sturgis, South Dakota, it is very illegal to drive these on the road. And Richard got it to go from the house to the restaurant to make sure that they could get in there home safely. A little bit easier than throwing everybody on the back of the bike. We have a 70s gated manual Ferrari GTD 308. They don't make cars like this anymore. Very amazing car. As mentioned, we've been buying a lot of the IROCs because we're going to be building on one. This is one I believe we're just going to flip at the next auction we go to. It's got only 3,000 miles in the original motor. If you didn't know, the IROCs from the factory only came T-top and hardtop. The drop top that's underneath the lift in there, that was actually aftermarket. You'd have to go to an authorized dealer in order to get that installed if you did want to have a convertible. And then right next to it, we got a 51 Ford Business Coupe. This car means a lot to Richard. This is one of his best friends' childhood cars. Their dad used to drive him around in. After his best friend's dad passed away, Richard was able to purchase it. We're going to keep it here for nostalgic purposes. But what makes it special, in 51, it's had about 100, 110 horses under the hood. They added a Caddy 389 and 61 to it, giving about 300, 310 horses to the wheels. So Richard and his buddy, when they turned 16, they used to take it around town, hot rodding, cutting around and having a good time. I'm a diehard Cowboy fan. I know they suck as per usual most years, but I would love to take us to a Cowboy game and scream in Cowboy colors. Maybe it might help us win, but
There's a
this is a lot of fun.
monster jam getting ready to happen.
Yes, sir. I wish we were there. That'd be cool. Hell yeah. But for all you kids in the 90s, remember Steve Urkel, Family Matters, or Cousin Ed on Addams Family? This BMW, I said, was iconically brought to the forefront in the 90s. As you can see, the door does open up front. It's got a little two-stroker, nothing special. It might go 40 miles an hour going down the hill with a gust of wind. This is really like what I call a school zone car. But we do have its big brother at our restaurant behind the hostess stand. The I said at 600. That we tack loaded in a 350 V8 off of a Hossfly bar stool, and we added some custom exhaust. We had a little fun with that, with a couple burnouts, we got the transmission, rebuilt the transmission, and then put it at Ice House. Oh yeah, maybe.
Hey, Mom.
This is only like 40 G's. Hands down, y'all, this is my all-time favorite car. It's the last one, last little car that did the burnout here. It's already gone, but this is a beautiful 68 Dodge Cornet 500, fully custom with a pistol grip shifter, 446 pack under the hood, big block Hemi. This thing is so much fun to drive.
Look, I didn't know we did.
Oh, it's all there. What's great about this was on Fast and Loud. They had issues mapping the battery to the rear trunk. We like to map the battery away from the engine bay because when you want to look at power muscle, you don't want to look at an eyesore in the corner. So we did figure it out. But yeah, this is, they don't make cars like this anymore. And it kind of broke my heart when they brought out the Challenger and the Charger, and they slept on the Cornet. I get why. From late 67 to 70, the body styles were very similar. So, exactly. Yeah. So that said, you know, I was kind of hoping they would have brought maybe out from the Duster or something else. My grandfather had a Town and Country Chrysler that had a Hemi in it, and it was slick. So those were my childhood days. With that here, y'all, this is a very, very eclectic pirate band that Richard bought to take his wife on a road trip from Dallas to Florida. Y'all, it did not happen. If you ever met his wife, she would not step foot in this thing. It's like an adult Where's Waldo book towards the back, so y'all don't want to have any uncomfortable conversations with kiddos. Please don't go back there. But outside of that, this is Ulysses. It won tons of awards in the late 80s, early 90s for the airbrushing. They did not skip a beat on the detailing. We got 2 cabin chairs up front. There's 4 other cabin chairs in here that swivel in. They have a replaceable table that you can play cars. Full stock bar, bed in the back. Yeah. And to mention, shag carpet from front to rear all the way. My favorite bit on this whole thing is the grill. It's stretched rope, and then the headlights are lanterns. Again, Richard bought this just on a whim. Sometimes, you know, it's late night Facebook Marketplace buys, you know. Not yet, man. I like my car. But y'all, right here, this is a 87 C4 Corvette. We got a 3-pack of Corvettes. We got a 63 split window, a 64, and then this one. Not many people like this Corvette body style. It's not really sought after. You either love it or hate it. There's no real gray area with this. Richard, not a fan of it. But once he heard that the lady who had it only drove it on Sundays to the gas station grocery store, he was like, okay, so how many original miles on the motor? Under 1,300 on the original motor. So this is practically a brand new Corvette. So who cares about the body? We can always flip it. But there's a gym that we never use. And on top of that, we got a lowrider bike there. My favorite one's against the wall. It has an air ride line system, 8 hangers and white walls. You can swing the frame down. So y'all, out of all of our toys, this burnout trike gets us in the most trouble. We've been grounded from it for about a year. The chains and Daphne is safe. Yeah. Yes, sir. We got it has PVC cuppings around the tires so you don't pop the tires. In the last 20 years, we replaced the tires maybe 3 times. It's pretty good. This is, to be fair, the seat needs to be about that high because you get tossed off so fast. You take it out to the burnout pad, rain, sleet, snow, those are always the best. And then on top of that, hang on for dear life. It's a whole lot of fun. Over here is a Rick Fairless Strokers of Dallas custom chopper. This is one of Richard's buddy's bikes. We're holding on to it for him. We're going to bring it up to Sturgis in August for the rally. Rick Fairless has his own chopper shop around the corner from us. We've known him for 30 years. Our last recent episode on our YouTube channel, we went to his shop and picked up some parts for our 70s electric chopper that we're building right now. Behind Joe right there is one of Richard's personal 32 Fords. It's got a small block shed up front with belts holding up the hood. The inside smells like a Hermes store. And on top of that, the favorite thing about this whole ride is the hood ornament. Richard bought this when he was 12 at the 4-horse swap meet. He'll be 57 in March. He told his dad when he becomes successful in any way, he's going to buy a 32 Ford and put that on the front. And he did it, showed his dad's still alive. So it was really, really cool. But over here, this one might take the cake. This is our tax titled and licensed street legal dragster that we took on the action foot at 35 2 summers ago in August. It was extremely hot. If you've never been to Texas in August, it's not fun. We call it second hell. But that said, we drove it with the roof off to get some airflow. We did not build the body, we built the motor. It has over 1,100 horses. Really, I mean, it does have headlights, but they're absolutely useless because the motor rocks and it just shakes it. On top of that, it does turn right and left. But the scariest part about the whole thing, when Richard drove it, he literally drove it as you see it. He sat on plywood. The rear diff and the U joint by the rear axle just looks like it would just shred your whole leg if you got too close to it. We get away with being rowdy and loud in the industrial area with all the burnouts and stuff. This motor in an idling state is extremely loud. Let alone if you dump it next to somebody at a stoplight, I guess it's kind of frowned upon. They get scared. We did about 5 passes from Merrill to Walnut Hill, down from the stop sign to the first stoplight before the cop said, "Hey, take it home." We got some good footage, but this is the digger. And Richard was so uncomfortable sitting on the plywood, he got a cool floating one of those mats and wrote Recaro, which is the seat manufacturer, slapped it in there, and they added a little bit extra comfort. But yeah, this thing was a ton of fun. All right, y'all. Well, I don't know if he's still in this meeting. If he is, we're gonna have to hook it to the garage. But we got a '63 Impala, we got Sexy Red to talk about, and we got some Ferraris to talk about. What's that on that?
So far, this is pretty cool, so hope you guys like it. Well, I bet my boy would love this. That is too cool. Well, so far this tour's been very interesting. I hope you guys are liking this. We're going to the other side. I think we're going to look at some Ferraris and some exotic cars like that. So we'll see what's coming up next.
That's now Ice House. That's like the restaurant. Oh, that food's so good. You gotta try the chicken sandwich. You gotta try the chicken sandwich.
Going into the other building now. Well, here's the other building. Devilish Trends. Wow. There's a Ferrari. Another Ferrari. Sweet. These are so cool on the inside. And a Porsche Panamera Turbo.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll just talk about this.
I've been around for a minute. He keeps pulling me back in.
Alright, y'all. So Richard at Barrett Jackson, he was there. He never goes to the car without picking something up. Our buds at Texas Speed, loves the road that they have their 63 Impala up there. Richard kind of caught Richard's eye. It is chopped. There is no roof, so you gotta always drive it in great weather. Of course, all the pumps and everything for the hydraulics are in the back trunk. They are also ornately detailed on the canisters as well as the actual pumps. But this is a 408, the 408 big block, and it also, let's see here, it has an 870 BDS belt supercharger. This thing has 1,000 plus horses, which scares the hell out of me because if you look at the little 13, 15-inch Dayton's, a lot of muscle for little tires. But I believe it was about $2,000 plus in integrating this to get the block and all the detailing there. This one is dubbed the name Sexy Red, and definitely lives up to it. I would drive the crap out of this thing. But yeah, we're no clue what we're gonna do with it. We might sell it, we might keep it. Richard just he gets something shiny in front of him for a little bit and gets bored with it and he's on to the next thing. So we'll see what happens. These next two Ferraris right here, they're both Richard's. The one that's all the way to that side, that is Richard's Ferrari 599. That was his first Ferrari he ever bought himself. He bought that with his first check in discovery. And that was motivation for him to be able to just keep leveling up constantly. So what he'll do is, he'll buy a more expensive car to set that bar even higher. So it forces him to evolve. So, just a couple weeks ago, we got his 812 Ferrari Superfast in, the GTS, so it's the hardtop convertible. The 599 is straight pipe, and it's extremely loud. But if y'all have ever heard an 812 straight pipe exhaust, it sounds like music to your ears. It is so loud. We have it straight pipe together. We're going to add a Novitec exhaust system to it. For the 599, Richard wanted to bag and coil it. We'll see what happens. Again, this is motivation for Richard to say, all right, well, let's see what the next couple of years is going to look like for gas monkey. Right here is Daphne's Daily, nothing special, little turbocharged Panamera. But over here are the bikes. These mean a lot to Richard. First off, the green one, that's Greenie. Richard's had for 30 plus years. When I got hired, he rolled up on it. It was really cool. Next to it is his Harley Fat Bob that we customized. This is 2023 Harley Fat Bob. We customized it for Sturgis. I know it's sacrilegious to say this. We took the Harley tank off and we put a Honda tank on it. It just looked better. We touched everything except the motor and the frame. And it just started off that Richard wanted to update the tank and then he wanted to update the seat and the handlebars and everything else. So a quick build turned into about a month and a half long project. Over here is a Harley Pan America. This is a touring bike, so think saddlebags as well as a cop visor. We took about 200 plus pounds off the bike. We extended the rear tire out. When you do that, it changes the center of gravity. By doing so, we're not trying to pop a wheel. We want to go fast and go straight. We also did upgrade the Harley logo to shift it forward to make it look like it's in motion. And again, with straight pipe, it's very loud. And then on top of that, we powder coated a couple little details here and there to make it more in the Harley brand. And then of course, this bike over here, this is some other parts that we used to build off of that we got from Strokers of Dallas. And if y'all are seeing all these Garage Beer logos everywhere, Richard has an ownership stake in Garage Beer. Some of his other business partners are the Kelsey brothers, Travis and Jason. We're in all 50 states right now. We have the lime and regular lager or light beer. It's just beer flavored beer. It's pretty cool. I wish I could hand them out, but I don't know how many y'all had before you got here, and I really like my job. So let's head on out, y'all. If you have any questions, be more than happy to answer.
Hey, Park Place. That's where Park Place is where I bought my Raptor here in Dallas. They had one over there on the lot, so I said, well, heck, I'll just buy that then. But there's the guys over there working, and Richard's favorite car. He loves that car. How about that? Here's the lot outside. They got the paint booth open now. This is pretty cool here. That's neat how they got it open like that. The inside looks pretty cool. Man, that's really neat. This truck was at SEMA. Here's a pretty cool Chevelle right here. The tail lights are real interesting. They're exhaust pipes, tail lights, and everything. Backup lights, they're doing paint correction on it, so that's why it's got those spots on it right there. Sanded it down, but man, that's clean looking. The interior on it, pretty nice. Well, guys, that's the end of the tour. We're going out now, and we're going to head on back to the house, I guess. So thank you for those who stayed and watched with me. I really appreciate it. Hit that like button and hit that subscribe button if you're not subscribed. I appreciate you. Y'all have a great day. Thank you.